Hello, ladies and grenadins. Neon is back today doing another video, this time working on the Corendon Dizo combo control deck, I would call it. Let's go with that. This is a Dizo's Recket deck once again. Second one that we've gone through, but yeah, using this card right here, Dizo's Recket, to like be a card draw engine, but in this deck particularly, it's a little bit different than the other one. This also sort of has a combo finish to it. Since my opponent is taking some time to make some decisions, it's a good time to describe this, I guess. So how it works fundamentally is that you get the card associated with this, the Keseva Trueheart. Thank you very much, right on time for you. So you get her in play. And with the Recket, and then if you play a Lifedrinker, you actually gain, you draw your deck and gain infinite life, or 2,000. You go to 999 health, 999 armor for it. You'll hopefully see that in the course of this video how that works. But sort of like the joke behind it is, like she gives you life when you get armor. So when you okay, just doing that. So she gives you life when you get armor. So like you deal damage to yourself because of the Dizo's office, but you have life steal because of the Lifedrinker, and you also you gain life, and as a result you gain more armor, and then that armor once again hurts you. So it creates this cycle, and you'll hopefully see it very soon. But for now, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I think I'm supposed to just do this. This is a very conservative move for it, which is fine. And also, so the rest of the deck, though, is kind of fundamentally a control deck, though. So it's a very different take on the idea behind Dizo's office. Like, Dizo's office is, Recket is obviously this, like, degenerate card draw engine, which is really cool and really fun to use, but it also has this. I don't think I want that. I want power so that I can harsh rule. Let's do this. Yeah, so you have this degenerate card draw engine where you're getting like armor incrementally, that you're killing stuff with weapons like the Rune Hammer, playing any sort of random card draw effects. And what do I want to do here? I think that I just want to chump, yeah. This hitting me doesn't matter too much because I'm probably just going to harsh rule, and if I don't get the power for harsh rule, I'm going to Orc Rune Hammer this, and that's kind of functionally equivalent. Taking a lot of damage here, really need a power. This deck is really power heavy. I'm kind of surprised there isn't a power in the market. It feels like it kind of needs that. That's one of my critiques of this deck, is I think that the Burglarize is probably not necessary, though I'm not sure. Okay, so this is actually okay. Just gain a little bit of life. Stall. This is fine because there's a decent chance that their follow-up is something like a single faction unit. 7 is an okay life total. It could be better. I could get Torched plus just like Eclipse Grave here, but yeah, so you'll like hopefully see that over the course of the coming turns of like what Dizo's Recket really does. Yep. Hey, another harsh roll. So I'm just gonna harsh roll them for like 3 turns in a row. This is actually a good protection against Eclipse Drake if I'm able to get this something out. Pristine Light. This seems like a good opportunity for Pristine Light, especially because my opponent could just clip strike me here. This sucks. Torch kills me, and I think they have it. Yep. Okay, we kind of just floundered there. We needed to power a little bit earlier. We were close there that time, so not a great start with the deck, but that's fine. The reason I'm playing this one is for a couple things. One, some guys were able to take this to the top 8 of the most recent, like it was like the Tuesday tournament that happens, put on by the SPG guys, I believe. Sorry if I get that wrong. I know that one of them was the Overmaster. I can't remember who the other one was who took it to the top 8. Looks like an Overmaster deck to me, but I could be wrong there. I will make sure to write in the description who it is for. I may actually just look it up on my phone while I'm doing this, just so that I make sure I give them credit. So what you actually just missed there, sorry, was the game where my opponent disconnected. So I decided to just skip that in the video because it's pretty uninteresting. I was in a bad position. I think they probably could have won, honestly. For I was against just what looks like an Elysian Jiren style deck. But yeah, beat it because they disconnected, which is yay! Not exactly the best content though. We take those. But you guys, you don't want to see that. I understand. It's not interesting content. Yes, we are keeping this. It is slow and dorky, which is exactly what this deck is about. It does not have double justice, actually, which is a little bit annoying. This card is good. Helping my opponent does not play Teacher of Humility here. I mean, I can obviously deal with it, but I would have rather be able to carve out more. I probably should have actually played the Crest of Progress turn 1. That was an actual, like, that was definitely a mistake. Yeah, now I need to have an undepleted Justice Source in order for me to be able to interact with my opponent's shit, which I do not get. I would really like a harsh rule. And this is not a harsh rule. So my opponent is clearly going wide. And I'm taking a lot of damage here. I'm taking 9. Much worse card when it costs 5. I'm actually just going to do this. I gain a life on net. Look for a harsh rule again. Not it. That's a good card. If my opponent does not have a bounce effect, I'm in very good shape. But if they have any bounce effect, then I'm in a very bad shape. It's not a harsh roll. Oh, now they could have another one. Oh, okay, this isn't that bad. Let's say I gain 3 here and then lose 3. So on net, it's a neutral exchange. This one's close. The fact that also my market is in some ways sort of shut down because of the weights is something I'm very much feeling. I think that if they... Oh, right. Fuck, she costs 7 too. Man. Her having 6 health is actually baller. I forgot that she had 6 as opposed to 5. Please stop. Don't play any cards. I asked nicely. I have to do this as much as it hurts me to give my opponent a card draw for AC power, but I think that this is my highest chance of survival. Even handing golden. This is actually interesting. I kind of liked my opponent's deck. Yeah, I'm going to kill myself. In a soothing way possible. An honorable fight indeed. Does this actually still leave me the 3 damage? I'm actually curious now. Yeah, it does. That's hilarious. Yeah, this deck is feeling clunky, which is definitely something that I'm worried about. I think that if there is a deck, though, or a card that is most likely to kind of be broken and or like really powerful and underexplored, it is probably something that involves Dizo's office, because it doesn't feel as if there are enough people who are really pushing it quite yet, or at least that I've been seeing. Like, I don't think I've even ran into it on ladder yet, which is surprising how powerful the card is. So it was Tavath, who was the other player. No disrespect intended. Yeah, we're going to keep this. I think that it's just... It's hard to know what to do with the mulligan decisions with this deck, too, because it's so dependent on Dizo's office. Like, this hand, like, with Dizo's office, looks really, really good. Without it, it looks really, really clunky. So that's kind of a concern. This is a good card. Against Ricano, I'm also running into what feels like a lot of aggro. Like a lot of aggro. My opponent also seems to have either a torch or a finest hour, worthy dimension. Hojon. Warhell. Ouch. They ordered that wrong, didn't they? They missed 2 damage. Pretty sure they missed 2 damage there. Which is fine by me. I will allow it. Righteous Intent does actually a lot of interesting things. I think it's a fascinating card in how it functions, because just having the 3 life that you get from the 3 armor is kind of nice. If you aren't under a lot of pressure, it does allow you to do things like set up a bigger weapon with it, which is also really good. here I am going to hit the Oni Ronin with my weapon. If it is a Finest Hour, he'll survive, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But I can just like redo this play next turn. If they don't, if it's the torch, though, this A gives me a good deal of information, which is useful, and B, I think that I'm way ahead now because they have to have like another substantial threat. Like this guy is not going to carry the game for them. It's definitely torch, though. This feels like the kind of matchup that you want a lot more than a time-based aggro deck, because just the quantity of stats that you have to fight through is a lot more substantial in a time deck. In like, how would I describe this? Either you can 2-for-1 them when they have something like a weapon on their shit, or you get to hit them with your weapons and get some value. Is how it tends to feel in a deck like against a deck like Rakano. I guess also just Rakano is just not a powerful deck right now. It just has really felt underpowered to me. Like Rakano aggro at the very least. I think there might be some bigger versions of Rakano that are interesting, but this one is not. It's a good draw. Good job for Orc Runehammer. Still got that torch. We know. Oh, you have a Finest Hour now, too. Okay. Well, this is terrifying. Pretty good harsh rule. And if I can power up from here, I'm in very good shape. I don't believe that I need Jesus Recket here in order to finish the game. Happy to get at a double torch or obliterate range. Yep. Nine. I am dead to Flame Blast plus Torch. If one of those two cards is in their hand and then they draw the other one, then I am dead. But it does not come to pass. I am at 1,000,000 life. We're good. Okay, a little bit close there for a moment. But Keseva closes it. Keseva actually, as a defensive unit, seems to be quite strong to me, because if you connect with her even once with any amount of armor, it feels like you can just snowball the game very easily from there. Like, she's actually been a card, like, the Righteous Intent has been a card that has actually kind of impressed me over the course of these games in a weird way. Like, it's not it's you always have to kind of discount it as like this is a really dorky kind of combo enabling card. You have to grade it on that curve. I think this is worth testing in fair-ish decks. Where's my opponent? That's fine. It's particularly good against there's a few units in Skycrag aggro, which is the one I'm more concerned about. If they're on just like I was gonna say if they're on something lame like Genève, I'm just not worried about that matchup very much, especially with double Vara. Oh, this is a problem. Definitely killing Wump here. This guy has dealt me 9 damage already. Jesus, Champion of Fury hits hard. Yeah. No, he didn't. It wasn't 9, it was actually 8, technically. I am likely just dead to a permafrost. Like permafrost plus torch. Even something like Chunk Chunk, like, just bodies me. Yep. Interesting. Okay. There is definitely no... You have 1 power interaction, and I'm not dead? Like, what? Like... Oh, it could be the Yeti spell. Okay. Well, I'm not dead to double Yeti in hand, I guess, because they kind of... I mean, maybe they could be... They're just sort of stalling me in whatever choice. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Not jamming it, so that's a good thing for me. I suppose. It could just be slow rolling it, though. Rosie could be slow rolling me. I mean, I'm blocking 1,000%. I mean, that's just obvious. I have to. I have to block Champion of Fury, too. No, either way. Gains me a life. No? Okay, well, that's fine. Gain 2 life. Yeah, let's just do this. Yeah, I was gonna say like that. This is what I was talking about, the Yeti spell. I know it's a shitty name for it. I could not remember the name for it though. I like life gain here. That was the scariest scariest parts. I'm probably good from here. Really appreciate it if you don't counter this, Rosie. She's going to counter it. Yeah. Interesting. Yes, definitely keeping that. I'm part of the reason that I'm like also pretty readily throwing out power is that I'm not too concerned about keeping Pristine Light. It just doesn't seem like a card that is necessary here. I noticed a pause earlier. Okay. We are very close. Oof. Please don't have any sort of interaction. Just a... Yeah. That'll do it. Oh! Yeah, this deck has not been doing great. I definitely haven't been able to combo off with it yet. Let's do one more game. I think that we're still... Yeah, we still have a little bit more time. We can spend on this. So my impression so far is that I don't think that the combo-ish elements of this deck is really even necessary. Like, I think that all of the time cards have kind of sucked. I think that you could probably just build an Argenport control deck. You really need some power in the market as well, in my mind. Like, yeah, this is a combo-ish piece in order to go off more effectively. Lifedrinker we don't need. Like, this is effectively redrawing to 5 here. Like, I have very few cards in my hand that do anything. I guess it's not really the same because I can send this back for something to the market. And this is definitely going to be a game that I want to have the Dizo's office. Dizo's Recket. I keep on saying that. The fact that there's 2 Dizo's cards is a little bit frustrating. Yeah, the time has sucked in this deck. That's a good card. The main reason that it's being played is for the purposes of Lumen Reclaimer, so that you can grab that from the market. Yeah, that's fine by me. I could get Omen of Austerity here. Svetya. Yeah, it's fine. They're just like a Svetya chain deck. Sure. This deck really needs Defiance. That's one of the things that I was missing. I just kind of realized that it's like, oh, we're just not playing Defiance in a Justice control deck. Like, I don't know if you guys have played that card, but it is really good. It is a fine card. Interesting. I'm going to double slay because I want to stop my opponent from able to... Oh, that's a great card here. I want to try to encourage my opponent to harsh rule if they have it. I don't want them to be able to palace, so they're going to do something like either they're going to palace just into my units in order to do a draw 2 gain 6, or they are going to harsh rule, like something like that, most likely. Like lots of these chances. Okay, sure, like that's great. Draw 3 could do a good deal. This is really good because it also pierces the Aegis here. This is a useful card to have access to, especially given the fact that I have access to just a tons of card draw. Makes me interested in this. This is annoying. But now we can do the following. Draw 2, hopefully draw another 2. No dice. I do get to go off next turn, though. Sick. Okay. So play power. Let's just do this. I think that this works. I think I'm just dead to Defiance, though. Because she has it just like giant, like absolutely ginormous here. But watch like what happens. Defiance. Like I'm dead. Am I missing something with this deck? Like if I had gone double Annihilate there, like I was kind of just trying to combo off to see if it made sense to me how to win from here. I think I'm missing something with this deck. So I double Annihilate there, then I have a better chance of drawing something. But if I double Annihilate, then I don't have enough power to play the Lumen Reclaimer in order to re-get my deck. So like this is part of the problem with me with this deck. Is like I don't know how to actually ensure that I'm going to like win every time in a way that makes sense to me as to that you can set it up reasonably well. Like, I mean, like yeah, if you have the Luminor Reclaimer in your hand, you can rebuy your entire deck, which is sweet. But you even then have the problems of like I guess that they have to kill this or kill or stun the Keseva when you attack with it in order for it to not work. Because clearly I had lethal there, they just had the Defiance. But I have no way to stop that. I don't have enough discard. This feels like a deck that could use... This is definitely a deck that could use Shakedown, now that I think about it. Interesting. I'm thinking about this deck a lot. It's fascinating. There feels like there's something powerful and interesting here. I don't like this build of the deck, to be frank. I think that though there's some powerful components here that if they were able to be rejiggered slightly and to fit together a little bit more cleanly, I think that it could be really powerful. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you for hanging out. As always, I am pushing for that 500 subscriber mark. I am almost there. Just a couple, just like 20 more followers or subscribers as of the time that I'm recording this. So I would really appreciate you guys to check that out. Hopefully to getting that over the course of the weekend, probably. I was hoping to do it today. But that's a little bit of a long shot, but if you could, that'd be really, really sweet. I really appreciate it, though. This has been a great week or two, and there's a lot more to figure out. This is a really interesting and deep format. Definitely the Dark Frontier was an incredibly powerful set, so I've been enjoying to explore that, but that will be it. Thank you once again. Take care, everybody.